this trending over the last couple of days. Hashtag 7 favorite games. Right. I wanted to give you a brief insight on what I like and what I enjoy. I've seen a bunch of people, you know, Squad and Smash Bros. Players, seen them all over, right, on Twitter. And I sat there and I thought really hard about what I liked. And here are, even though I don't play a lot of these often, my 7 favorite games, no order, are Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart DS, DDR and/or Stepmania, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Smash Bros. Melee, and Magic the Gathering, dude. Dude, like, man. And I go over each one in detail, but I want to quickly give insight here about... try not to let speedrunning convenience influence me, because I do enjoy Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but speedrunning it's like it's a glitch grind fest. There's not a lot of vanilla gameplay involved in speedrunning S3 and K, so that's why I never really got into it. You gotta be a special kind of speedrunner to really get into Sonic speedrunning. It's kind of YOLO crazy. Especially Sonic Adventure 1. That thing is like glitch, super glitch central. Some games I don't play often because they aren't ideal to stream. Mario Kart DS, if it had online, dude, I would be on that all day long, but because there's no online on MKDS on the Virtual Console port, I can't push it. Mario Kart DS servers died a couple years ago, 3 years ago, so it's another dagger in my heart, unfortunately. Trading card games, I know I said I would do Yu-Gi-Oh! For a long time now, but I still wouldn't be a thing I would do regularly. I don't think anyone really cares that much about trading card games. Yo, Kitsu! Next month is 2 years. Mario Kart 3DS is multiplayer. Mario Kart 3DS is like not even the same. Mario Kart 7, right? It's not even the same thing, dude. But don't worry, I'm gonna get into that though. Hang on. Others already have competent scenes and don't need my attention, like Yoshi does. Thousand Year Door already has a I wouldn't say a thriving scene, but it has an active scene. I thought the game just got put to sub 330 at this point. Almo's, I'm sure, thirsty to get that time back. S64, which I do enjoy, doesn't need me. You know, Cheese and everyone else, Cheese and Punk have just fucking pushed the game to so far in now. I'm not even sure. Like, it's just a giant grind task list to get good at that game. So, or to get competitively viable in that game. Which isn't to say I'm purely in speedrunning to be number 1. Obviously, I'm not even number 3 in Yoshi Island at this point. But the discovery is what I find great and fascinating. And there's not a lot to discover at this point in 64 Mario. Others absent entirely off my top 7, yet streamed more in my past, prior to, you know, Mario Maker or whatever now, are missing because while they are great speed games, I would play better alternatives if such existed. I do love Jet Set Radio. I do love Jet Set Radio Future, but ultimately it's just like it reminds me the most of like a 3D Yoshi game, if anything, and I'd play it more if I'd play other games if a better 3D Yoshi-ish-esque platformer kind of thing existed. Really, even JSRF HD would like bring me back in, because it's just like, it's so tough to endure Jet Set Radio Future speedrunning currently with like no cutscenes are skippable, camera's trash, controls are trash. It's just a lot of shortcomings right now, because like that game is like 33% cutscenes right now, I kid you not. It's pretty annoying. And then finally, some honorable mentions. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, Lumines, Sonic Adventure 1, Mario Maker, Crash Bandicoot 2, Sonic 2, Halo 3, Project M. Boom. But I did go into detail, if you would care to know, about which one I was talking about. Mario Kart DS was my first competitive game with tech skill, luring me past being a casual snaking, and gave me a preference of games with execution components. That was important, because this all comes into play whenever I was getting into speedrunning Yoshi Island in 2005. DDR. Witnessing someone play heavy doubles at a mall in 2004 did inspire me. I, more than anything else, wanted to fucking get good and be able to play on heavy at the mall and flex with the other thriving DDR scene back at that time. it taught me work ethic because I did grind over one whole summer to go from light to heavy. I had that kind of motivation prior to seeing that guy just fucking be a beast. S3 and K. I admit it's a nostalgic pick, but because and you don't see it often because it's not really relevant to me for speedrunning, but oh man, it gave me the journey and a game more than anything else, and I did play that like non-stop for 2 years of my childhood. Like I wasn't even like a Genesis in this, and I was good like for afternoons upon end. Like I would just play this game from start to finish over and over and over again. Like I didn't even get distracted until 64 Mario dropped, and then Banjo-Kazooie dropped and whatever. So like I was good for a long time. 1,000 Year Door, I could dick ride the craft of the game all day, but it was my first time really being exposed to a turn-based battle system, or a turn-based RPG altogether, or a turn-based game to make me have to like manage resource and whatnot. I know it's not the deepest thing in the world, but everything about 1,000 Year Door is just like loved it. It's a game I would play annually every year casually prior to streaming at this point. And also, dude, the stylish commands did influence me for Yoshi's Island. I kid you not. So that's something to consider right there. When I found out that stylish commands were a thing in TTYD, that unneeded but totally awesome extra step or extra aspect of battles, oh man, I fucking love it, dude. I love it. And then Melee, I mean, bruh. Do I even say anything? Best in 2-player action. Oh, I forgot. Does GameCube have 4 ports? I forgot. I'm bad. It only has 2, right? So, do I even need to? You know what's on everyone's list. And then maybe a surprise pick here was MTG. Dude, in case you guys didn't know, I was heavily into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Prior to speedrunning from like 01 to 2005. But despite that though, when I got into MTG in 06, many skills I acquired from playing, dude, like observation, lateral thinking, neutral perspective, and none of the bullshit limitations of battle strategy present in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just, it made me feel like right away, like you understand, like when my friend in fucking Algebra 2, when we had like a free day in Algebra 2, he's like, yo, I'll show you magic real quick if you want to learn. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty ballin' right now. I don't really give a fuck about magic, just being cocky or whatever. He's like, nah, come on, dude, I'll show you. So he shows me, and it's crazy because whenever I don't know if you guys are familiar with magic or not, but like whenever we were battling, he would swing. He had a 2/2 flying bird. He swings the bird at me, and I'm like, okay, well then I block. And he's like, you can't block. I have flying. And I'm like, oh, so flying, like, I'm like, you're flying in the field, and I don't have flying, so you're flying above me and hitting me. He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, that's fucking cool. Like, you're telling me that you don't have to automatically fight the monster? Like, Yu-Gi-Oh, you attack, and you got it. You attack a target, and target's got to fucking block over, or something's gonna fucking happen. Or you have less option offensively and defensively, or whatever. It's just fucking extra stupid. And then, like, even then, so that happens, right? Then next turn he like summons like a 1/1 whatever the fuck goblin or whatever. It was like a trash deck. It had mostly flying crap in it, so it was like an expensive deck. And swings with this 1/1 goblin, for example. It could have been not a goblin. I don't remember exactly. And he's like, do you block? And I'm like, I have an option to block. You telling me in Magic the Gathering you can block? You can choose to block or not block. You have that component. And he's like, yeah, if you block, and then I can't attack this guy until next turn or whatever. And I'm like, or I can't block what the guy is attacked with. And I'm like, there's an attack and block dynamic in the battle system? Oh my god, that's so good. Like, that alone I was sold. I was like, dude, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck Yu-Gi-Oh, son. So, observation, lateral thinking, neutral perspective, and none of the BS limitations of battle strategy present in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, not commenting on modern MTGs, expensive, and planewalkers, and some other shit that I don't care for at this point, as that's a different rant for a different time, but we can get into that a little bit later. Sure, some active MTG players can elaborate on that right now. So, now you know my my top 7. Hopefully you enjoy that, and if you want to see them all in further detail, or go in the thread and tell me my taste or shit, you know where I be, son. Follow me on Twitter. Okay, so enough